Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's turn that light on. So it's suddenly become very hot here, and today I'm going to make something really easy. It's Sunday. I just got back from the river where I'd gone for a swim with a friend. So I'm just going to make a basic cheese sauce. Now this cheese sauce, I would normally put a little tapioca in this mixture as well and then heat it over the stove and it would get thicker. Well, I'm not going to do that. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to make it without that. It's going to be a little runnier, but that's okay. I'm starting with the half cup of raw cashews that I have soaked overnight and then drained and rinsed. And then we're putting in some miso paste, whatever miso you have. I'm using roasted red pepper, a jar of these. For spices, smoked paprika, or sweet if you like. I like the smoked in here. Some onion powder, some garlic powder, some nutritional yeast, aka Nooch. Not the kind of yeast you use to bake bread. I just always need to mention that, just in case somebody doesn't know what nutritional yeast is. If you don't have it, then that's fine, just leave it out. But it does add a lot of cheesy flavor to this. These two things really make that happen. And then for color, the smoked paprika is going to give it color. You can use a little bit of turmeric, but I have this Silk Road Spice Merchant yellow curry powder, and this is delish. So I'm going to use a little bit of this in there to give it a little color and a little something something. So I have soaked half a cup of raw cashews overnight and then just drained them and rinsed them. If you don't have time to soak them, then you can just boil them for 5-10 minutes. But I'm going to serve this over some steamed potatoes. And I actually have this cauliflower and broccoli that I got to use up. Now, if I steam this with the potatoes, this is going to be overdone. But I might not care. I just got to eat it, and I don't want to do it in 2 batches. So I guess these are just going to be a little overdone. That's okay. That'll be fine. All right, so let's peel. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to peel these, and I'll cut them into big chunks, and we'll get them steaming. So I've just put a cup of hot water into the Instant Pot and put the saute feature on. That way that it's going to take less time to get up to pressure to start to steam the potatoes. And that's good. So I always do that. So I might cut these in smaller pieces than I would normally so that I can reduce the time that we're steaming the potatoes. I've just got my steamer basket so that it doesn't overcook the broccoli and cauliflower as much. It's still going to be overcooked. I just know it, but you know, sometimes you just don't want to take any more time than necessary. So it is what it is. I could, if it wasn't so bleeping hot, I would steam it, the broccoli and the cauliflower on the stove, but it's too hot for that. I think if you're going to cook something in this heat, well, I would normally turn my air conditioner on, but that's too noisy for videos, and I can't find the freaking remote. I took the batteries out last year, and I put the remote and the batteries in a Ziploc bag, and I tucked it away, thinking to myself, this is a good place for it. I'll remember where this is. Do I remember where this is? No, of course not. All right, so then with this little steamer basket on top of the potatoes, that's where I'm going to put these. I don't know if they'll all fit. I think they'll all fit. We will see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I will just, I'll leave out the cauliflower because I can use that for something else. Maybe I'll just steam the broccolis. They're in big chunks. A lot of these are in big chunks, so that's good because that means it'll be a little bit less soft when it's all said and done. Can I fit? Maybe I can. There's not a lot of cauliflower. Let me see if I can fit that in there. It all depends if that lid if the lid will close or not. So let's give it a try. right, so that's, we'll just cancel that. Put the steamer basket in. Oh yeah, it'll close. Oh yeah. All right, so set it to seal, and then manual, high pressure, and I'm gonna do this for 5 minutes. And if the potatoes need a little bit longer, we can put it back in. I think 5 minutes should be good. Is 5 enough? Maybe I should do 6. Let's cancel. Let's do 6. Yeah, let's do 6. So that's going to do its thing, and then when it comes time to release pressure, I'm just going to take it outside and do it. All right, so let's get the cheesy sauce sorted out. I could say I have a recipe for cheese sauce on the channel. You can find in the plant-based recipes playlist. But this recipe is going to be just super fast, kind of winging it sort of thing. If I was going to put this on the stove, I would add all of the liquid from the peppers. But because I'm not, I don't want this to be too runny. So I'm just going to strain the liquid out. And then we will add it in as needed. There's not a lot of liquid in here, TBH. You know what? We're adding it in. I just realized there's a lot less in there than I thought. So that's a small jar of peppers and their juice. Just dirtied 2 dishes. I didn't need to. Then we're going to add in the soaked cashews. That's half a cup raw soaked cashews. And then we get to do our spices and our nooch. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of nooch. Of course, that doesn't fit in there. Nutritional yeast is really high in B12, and it is deactivated yeast, and it's got a real umami flavor, so it's really nice in recipes, like any recipe that you want kind of a cheesy flavor. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay, so let's do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of, oh, the onion powder's gotten hard, onion powder, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika or sweet, but the smokiness is really nice in this recipe. Again, you want to give a lot of flavor. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon. I had pulled out the medium curry powder. I switched it out for this sweet curry powder. It's not hot, and it's really delicious. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon, but you could probably start with 1/4. And if you don't like curry, you don't want this to have that flavor, then just use 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. But curry powder has turmeric in it, plus all the other deliciousness. Now we want 1 tablespoon of the miso powder, or the miso paste. Miso is fermented soybean, and it's quite salty, very umami, and has, again, that cheesy sort of flavor. I'm not going to add salt to this, but you would add salt and pepper to taste. But blend it first and see what it needs, because like I say, the miso does have salt in it. I hope you can't hear that fan, but I can't survive without it. Okay, so now I'm going to get myself some water, and I will add in a little bit as needed as it blends, just so that it is smooth enough. Guess that container was a little large for this amount. Don't know what I was thinking. But let's get all of this out because we don't want to waste any of this. All right, let's taste this. That's so good. Delicious. All right, so there's the sauce. And obviously, I'm going to put it over potatoes and veggies. You can put it over pasta. You can drizzle it onto nachos, anything like that. This is just so easy. So I'm just going to tuck this aside, wait for those to cook. They're just coming up to pressure now. There we go. And then once those are done, then I will plate them, and that is what I'm having for dinner. Now, for those of you thinking, there's ALLLLLLL, there's no protein in there. First of all, the cashews have protein, so does the broccoli. Actually, so do the potatoes. Everything has protein. And carbs and fats in some ratio, all vegetables. But not every meal you eat has to have a bunch of protein in it. Overall, if you're getting your protein in the day, you're fine. And so I'm not that worried. I just want something really easy that didn't heat up the house. And this one hasn't. And like I say, once that's done, I'll take it outside and release the pressure so I'm not heating up the house. So I'll see you back here when those are done and we're ready to taste this on them. Okay, I gotta hurry because my battery's about to die. So we've got our potatoes, broccoli, and let's try a potato. So good. Some broccoli. Delicious. Here's the thing. If your kids don't like veggies, everything's better with a cheesy sauce. So here you go. This is the perfect recipe. I hope you guys are staying cool. Yeah, it's 32 degrees outside Celsius, and I'm not built for heat. I can handle cold, but heat, not so much. So anyways, guys, I hope you try this cheesy sauce. Let me know if you do. And I hope you guys are doing well. In a world where you can be anything, eat good food, be kind, including to yourself. I love you, and I'll see you next time.